16 teams from around the world played for $1 million. But now we're down to the final two. Are you guys ready? Well, I think we should go ahead and bring out your first team. They are the uncrowned kings. Is this their time? Welcome to the stage, playing out of the red corner, Splyce. And their opponents, playing out of the blue corner, your reigning, defending, two-time Halo champions of the world, TOX Gaming! All right, now Shotzi, my man, you built this team with this goal, this objective, to become Halo World Champions. Is this the moment where Splyce takes the top crown and become champions of the world?
Hell yeah, that's been the dilemma since day one.
The plan since day one. This guy right here. TJ, my boy, you've been in this position before, but not like this. Clearly, Splyce, they have had your number in the past. What are you guys gonna do going into this final to take it and become the three-time Halo World Champions?
We're just gonna do the same thing we always do. You know, we prepare really well and we give ourselves the best chance. So honestly, I couldn't even be more proud of these guys with how much we practice and prepare. So I'm confident. I'm gonna be watching out for Shotzi doing spring jumps, ground pounding off stuff, but we'll see.
Any words for your fans out here?
I didn't even know I had fans till tonight, so what's up, guys?
And Shotzi, you are a very young player, you're a very talented player, and you've turned a lot of heads. Any words for the fans out there who want to be in your position one day?
I just want to say shout out to the crowd, shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, shout out to my family for allowing me to play, and shout out to MLG for hosting this event.
Awesome stuff. Gentlemen, shake hands. Wouldn't be a moment without a little awkwardness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in Orlando, I asked you guys a very simple question. I asked you, are you ready? Oh, no. You don't understand. We're at the home of Halo, baby. We got everyone here. This is our moment, our time. So I ask you, get loud, get proud. Are you ready? It's now time to crown our third Halo World Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your grand finals. 16 teams descended on Seattle from 4 different regions. There are only 2 teams remaining, but bravo, there's only 1 trophy up for grabs.
Is there any other result we expected than to have Splyce and TOX here on our main stage for the grand finals? These two have been going back and forth, but this season, this World Championship tour, it's been all Splyce. They took Orlando, they take Columbus. TOX, their backs are against the wall. They need to win this third World Championship back to back to back, but Splyce is looking to change the narrative and disrupt this squad. Here we go, taking a look, game number 1, CTF Coliseum.
Yeah, CTF Coliseum. I mean, if you've been watching the Halo World Championships up to this point, what a game type we have to start things off. These 2 teams have given us some iconic matches on this particular game type. Little reminder for everyone who might be tuning in of what's happened and where we stand in the tournament at the moment. TOX on the blue side have to win back-to-back best of 7s after Splyce defeat them in that winner's bracket final. A tall order if it was just one best of 7, Andy, but now they've got to do it twice.
They've got to beat them in 8 games. I don't know if TOX has even beaten Splyce in 8 games historically. I don't think that has happened up until this point. Of course, they did take 1 series off them during the tour, but in the end, it was Splyce able to win back-to-back best of 7s in Columbus, and what a performance it was from them. They made it look too easy. We just saw TOX take down their opponents in a brutal best of 7, but you and I talked about it as we're watching in the crowd. TOX is looking strong. Can they show up as a different team than what we saw in the winner's bracket finals?
Look, if there's one team who you can never bet against, it is the 4 gentlemen who are on the blue side of your screen as you look at it right now. Royal 2, Snakebite, Lethal, and Frosty, back-to-back Halo World Champions. However you put it beautifully. Splyce, they have looked dominant since the 2018 Halo World Championships kicked off.
Right, they've won 3 of the 4 last major events that TOX has been at. And just like we heard on stage, Splyce really has TOX's number so far. You've heard the narrative all weekend as well, just about how the meta of Halo 5 has changed to such a fast, in-your-face game. And gosh, is that ever what the young guns of Splyce do every single game?
It's very, very true. And I want to pick your brains quickly before we get into our first game here. Pick a player from either side of this stage, this beautiful main stage here provided by MLG, who you're going to be looking out for to have huge performances in this series.
I think in this series, there's such talent on the stage, but if we take a look at Shotzi, it's kind of the one we've been watching all tour long, right? This kid is capable of crazy things. You heard Lethal say it on the stage, the way he moves around the map, right? We used to talk about Pistola like this, and now here we are jumping into game number 1, Coliseum CTF.
Ladies and gentlemen in Seattle, Golden Boy said it best. Are you ready for this grand finals? Game number 1 is loading up in the background. It's capture the flag on Coliseum. You called it best, and unfortunately, a little bit of a false start, Andy. Just keeping you waiting. We'll get into this one as soon as possible, but I mean, look at the faces of these guys. Always cool, calm, and collected, and it's something that, it is a staple of Splyce now. We always go to listen in with them in game. Never flustered. Yeah. Always composed.
I think anyone that hears a Splyce listen, and I'm sure we'll get some more in these grand finals to hear their communication during the matches, is always impressed and even borderline confused about how these communications sounds on their side, because it is cool, calm, and collected, so organized. And I think that really comes from the fact that they know this game so darn well on set that when you're listening to them talk, they're simply prioritizing only what needs to be said. Some teams kind of thrive off of that chaotic communication where they're letting teammates know exactly what's happening on every corner of the map. But Splyce knows which sight lines, which routes to prioritize, and that's the only call-outs you're going to hear, because they know they only need to worry about a finite number of things at any given moment, whether they're rotating into Strongholds or bringing a flag back home. So I tell you what, I'm expecting to see the same exact thing from Splyce here.
Now let's talk about Coliseum Capture the Flag a little bit. I mentioned previously some huge, incredible, mind-blowing matchups between these two teams. The question for me for TOX, especially on this first game of the series, is can they adapt to the way that Splyce play this game type? You will see consistent aggression. You will see flag pulls on both sides of the map, through the snipe side to the rocket side. Can TOX adapt from what they've seen and come back and take this game number 1?
That is the question. Taking a look at land play since Orlando, you've got Splyce, who are 10-1 in this game type, 91% win percentage there. And now on the other side, since Columbus, TOX, including this event, are 5-2 on Coliseum CTF. So pretty close. This one could go either way. Splyce is statistically leaning towards them. But what I'm most curious about on set, and I think this is what we wondered coming into this event, is the fact that TOX has the opportunity to do what's never been done before and win a 3rd consecutive Halo World Championship. Is that enough to fuel them through this series? The resilience, the resolve of these 4 guys. All we know in Halo 5 is that these 4 players are Halo World Champions. They've done it under the CLG banner. They've done it under the Optic Gaming banner, and now here representing themselves under a brand new name, TOX. Can they get their 3rd?
Game is loading once again, ladies and gentlemen. Splyce fans in the crowd, make some noise for us. TOX fans in the crowd, make some noise. We are loading into our game number 1. Unfortunately, it looks like another full start here, gentlemen and ladies, of course. Third time lucky.
Yeah, right. We're going to get this game one started any moment here, but as we talked about the stats, right, this one could go either way. What I'm most curious to see is which team is going to be able to put on the most pressure throughout the entire game, because we've seen a team like Splyce or a team like TOX, they can absolutely crush your dreams and come back, rally 2 flags back-to-back, even 3 flags if they've got a few minutes on the clock. Either team capable of that.
Yeah, I think the thing that worries me most for TOX in this series is obviously they have to win back-to-back best-of-7s here. That's a tall order to win one best-of-7, but it's the amount of mistakes they can afford to make against this Splyce team. Yes, you know, if they go into a second best-of-7, they've pretty much got to play flawless Halo. We've seen how good Splyce are at taking advantage of any numerical advantage they get, any weaponry advantage they get. If they get power weapons, power-ups, it's so good at putting them to use that I just fear that we've got to see TOX playing the best Halo we've seen this weekend, because I think if they play to the standards we've seen so far, I still feel they might come up short.
Yeah, I think anyone who caught the winners bracket finals is going to think the same thing. I think on the side of TOX, they need to make sure they're not leaving any gaps in their play, because Splyce is a team that's going to take advantage of those, right? I mean, what I want to see is slow, deliberate play from TOX whenever they can get things like sneaky backwhacks to slow down pushes and really pushing the aggression when they need to, right? I want to see kind of the entire spectrum of speed of play from TOX, because I think if they bring that, they'll be able to catch Splyce off guard here and there, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, the thing I'm looking forward to as well is, I mean, the amount of individual ability we have on this stage right now. You're talking about legends of the game. You're on one side. Obviously, that man on your screen right there, Royal 2, known for his incredible consistency, his flashy sniper plays, and the ability to change games. He's got to step up in this series. He's got to match the players on Splyce, the likes of Shotzi, the likes of Renegade, because you know if those weapons fall into those players' hands, they're going to put them to use. Royal 2, I really am focusing on him as a big point here for TOX. But let's have a quick look at how both of these teams have found their way to our grand finals. You can see there, Splyce defeating Team Envious, and the other side of things, Reciprocity falling to TOX in our winners bracket final. Splyce defeating TOX 4-1. And then TOX on that losers bracket run.
Yeah, and what a close series that losers bracket final was there in the elimination final. TOX, only one game were they able to win over Envious. They sneak out that best of 7. If things went differently there in that best of 7, right, in game number 7, we could have seen Envy on this stage, but TOX has rallied back for their second opportunity against Splyce.
Yeah, and the thing that's another question for me going into this series is, yeah, TOX just won an incredibly close best of 7 against Team Envious. Shout out to Team Envious for their performance in that losers bracket final. How much is that going to take out of them, though? Going into this grand final, going into one of those clutch last games of a series, having to put everything into that to just find themselves in this grand final. Do you think that will affect them going into this grand final, or do you think that, you know, these guys have got so much experience, it's just another day in the office?
I think for some teams it absolutely could impact them and kind of wear them out, but not with this TOX side, because we've seen so many dominant performances from them all over the map in terms of how many years and tournaments that they have absolutely been just crushing opponents one after the other. And they know what they need to do to win here on the main stage. They've done it so many times, and I don't think you're going to see TOX coming out here tired. I think if we see anything less than that from TOX, it's going to be because Splyce is outplaying them. I do expect TOX is going to bring their A game.
Just a reminder to everyone as well, this isn't the impossible dream here for TOX. They did defeat Splyce in the winners bracket final back in Columbus,
right,
the North American regional finals. They have it inside them. They are back-to-back world champions. Splyce winning the last 2 events. It comes down to this. Seattle, make some noise. We are into our game number 1. Capture the flag on Coliseum.
Cannot wait to see how these two teams go up against another. We could not ask for a better game number 1 in this series. Coliseum CTF, 12 minutes are on the clock. First team to capture 3 flags will win.
Starting this one off with the player that we talked about at the start of the series, Shotzi. Such an impressive performer. Gonna pick the sniper rifle up early. Uncharacteristically misses no scopes, not what you expect to see from him with the level of play on these two teams. It looked like TOX have had a nice start here, to be honest. They've got a little bit of map control. They've picked up their kills they should, and look at this. Frosty's picked up that sniper rifle, gonna be able to retreat back now as he sees a few teammates fall. Now looking for those kills.
Yeah, he's gonna have to play this a little bit slow. He does get taken down by a great nade from Eco as that comes through the maze, but anytime you see red X's on your screen, that means opponents have been taken down, and generally in most scenarios, surviving teammates are going to play a little bit slow. Wait for their teammates to come back, and then they can organize another push.
Shoshi going to play this one slow. You see, teammates of his are falling in the feed. Now he's going to have a nice flank potentially behind these players, just scoping out, calling out those players. Interesting to see if he goes for a flagpole, and this is what I love about Splyce. Even though they're down on numbers, Shotzzy gets that flag on the move, and that just causes another problem, not just where players are. TOX now have to worry about where that flag's moving.
Right, and we did see Stellar on the side of Splyce get a return, so they might continue this run as well. Yes, Eco's actually going to bring it through the maze here.
Shotzzy picks up a big snipe there. I think that was on Frosty, who might have been moving that flag. Throws it up to the window there. Not sure if anyone is in position here to stop this from TOX. It's Lethal versus Renegade. Renegade wins the battle. Stellar picks up another kill, scoops this one up. Renegade's going to put the first flag of the board in.
And it only takes them about a minute and a half to do that as they bring the first flag of the game in. Fantastic flag rallying. They waited in Fountain. They get the return. They toss it up to the flag. You saw how easy it was for them to bring that in as Shotzzy's starting to heat up.
Shotzzy's starting to heat up. Snakebite going to challenge him. Just a couple of minutes though for the guys on Splyce to put that first flag on the board. Cleans up the kill on Snakebite as well. Now just patiently waiting for his shields, and this is what I talked about. Splyce so comfortable playing both sides of the map.
You can't challenge Shotzzy. On set, this is what you were talking about, right? You don't expect this guy to miss no scopes, and he's hitting everything right now.
Rockets are falling into the hands of Splyce as well, so not only Flag in the lead at the moment, they have the weapons. However, TOX doing a great job here. They've shut down 3 players from Splyce. The Rocket's going to be dropping on the Fountain, and you're going to see one of the TOX players now moving in, picking those Rockets up in an advanced position on the map. There's a chance here, if they can pick up a few kills, to maybe get a flag for their own.
And Royal 2 gets some hit ticks there, so teammate Frosty is going to be the one who cleans that up. So I love how he's slowing things down here, right? He's waiting, going to help his teammate on Pyramid, and right now is an opportunity where he can just wait. They can get the slays, and now they're coming in. TOX is set up well here.
2 players down here for Splyce. Make it 3. Royal 2 trades that one out with the Rocket.
What a play from Eco, right? Eco just abs. That's what we're talking about, in-your-face gameplay. We truly mean in-your-face gameplay. Eco just flies at the rocket launcher player to force the suicide. A great job from him to try to keep his team alive in his base.
Frosty doing a lot of damage here for his team as well. Shots on numerous players from Splyce. Now Royal 2 up on this power position on the Pyramid. Such a difficult angle to be peeled off of, and hitting some nice shots as well on Shotzzy. Now you're going to see the push coming from Royal 2. Looks like he's got the call out. There's a player weak. Cleans up the kill on Eco. Now you're seeing the push in from TOX, and Lethal set up with a sniper rifle.
Does have someone behind him though, so this run's going to be a very tricky run. They're going to have to slay on both sides of the map likely. Could be a split spawn scenario.
You can see Lethal trying to see where these players will be. And just to take down Eco there. You can see on his radar another player under the base, but an easy return has actually come in here. I believe it was Renegade who jumped on that one and sends it back home.
Yeah, and I think Lethal knew that was coming. You saw Lethal getting pressured from the snipe side. That forced him into the flag where he likely did not want to necessarily have to bring the sniper rifle, as he'll eventually be taken down. So that leads to an easy return for Splyce. They also try to make a rocket run happen. Looks like that's not going to happen either.
Yeah, and Shotzzy's moving the flag already. You see he picks up the kills. Shotzzy once again behind enemy lines, moving this one to bottom mid, using the ground pound to enable him to move across the map ever so slightly quicker. He's moving this one up to the elbow. Not sure there's anyone in position here for TOX, and Splyce are going to double their lead.
And no pressure there, and that's due to such great slaying pressure from the other side here on Splyce. TOX not even able to get into a position to lay down shots on the flag carrier, but it's also a good chance on that they let that flag go to not force this one.
Somehow Shotzzy managed to pick up a kill there on his way into the death screen. Eco going to be taken down as well. Frosty with sniper. Now can they get this flag moving? Royal 2's going to have a bot battle down on the bottom of the snipe here. You can see the flags there. Picks up the kill. There's another player above him on the radar. Needs to hit this no-scope and finish this one off. Does finish off the kill. The flag's still alive here for TOX. But look how hard they're having to work. They haven't even got the flag past the 50-yard line.
No, they haven't. And looks like that, just like that, the flag is returned. So a little bit of potentially a miscommunication, or we could have just seen on the TOX side that they wanted to get a few more kills before securing the run. Very good chance of that, but regardless, we will stay 2-0 in favor of Splyce here after about 5 minutes of play.
Royal 2 just so uncomfortable for him at the moment. You can see just constantly coming under fire. Another player behind them now. You can see that overextension once again. It's Shotzzy for the 3rd time here. Royal 2 picks up the kill. Royal 2 finds 2 now. Looking for this other player on the elbow. Be interesting to see if another teammate is in position for a pull here. Getting tagged up, trying desperately to stay alive. Look at how hard he's having to work to stay alive. Once again, communication from Splyce is on point.
Like you said, Splyce is not letting TOX get comfortable on this map. By the way, we have the guys on TOX outslaying Splyce 40-39, just a 1-kill difference, but it is not shown in the objective category. So Splyce truly playing this objective well, despite getting outslayed by just a small margin.
Shotzzy once again trying to get into the base. You see, just causing problems. Another player going to be bat flag here. If he can pick up this kill, it would be huge, because that will be 3 players falling for TOX. Trying to get the thrust light out the window. Does manage to get it out. Let's see if they can convert this opportunity. However, TOX picking up a couple of kills is going to slow down that run.
And keep in mind, of course, TOX also has the clock against them now. There's under 6 minutes left. In the first 6 minutes of the game, they haven't put any flags in, and if they want to force this to overtime, we're going to need to see 2 flags in these next 6 minutes here.
Yeah, I need to see TOX putting on a bit more aggression, to be honest with you. They're picking up kills, but they're picking up kills on their side of map or the midpoint of the map. They need to be picking up those kills in the Splyce base, putting themselves in positions to get those flag pulls good.
And how many times have we seen Shotzzy just flanking and pulling a flag, right, being an absolute nuisance and forcing TOX to 180 all the way back to their base and slowing down these rushes, and they're also going to have to keep an eye on that Splyce aggression and those Splyce flanks behind them.
Renegade has a sniper rifle here for Splyce. They're just 1 flag away from taking this game number 1. Let's see how the comms are early on in this series. Let's jump into a listen-in with Splyce.
This guy's snake bite. Watch out, bottom in.
I can probably come and goes my side.
You saw trench? Nice, there we are. They're top cat right now, John. Behind jump up. I'm going our sniper him, John. I'm gonna try and get to pyramid. One shot RBR. They're maze. They're maze. Nice. I'm pyramid right now.
Dude, their flag, their rock tree, and then sniper ramp. I don't know where he's like
Marble
crossing the side
now.
probably. Or under sinking maybe.
He's maze, I hear him. Top cat, I think. I can shoot our elbow.
Go to 30 more, then they're winning.
He's trying to pick me.
Top
Grass,
box,
grass, one shot. Grass, 2 shot. They're
top box, top box, top box.
They're maze.
They're maze,
Push. 2 dead. There we are. There we are. Weak. 2 shot. 1 shot. There we are. I'm here. Trench weak. I need help. Sniper ramp. Sniper ramp, man.
I'm making the push.
So trench, can we kill this guy?
You're alone, dude. You gotta push.
Yeah, weak their table,
There's 2 there. 2 there. Both weak.
They're both
Both
weak.
weak.
Then
Yo, rockets in 5. They're full shots now, bro.
5. Yeah, running over.
Pretty good window, I think, John.
Is there one right now? Can we kill this guy? Bring it over.
The baiting and switching from Splyce here is so impressive to watch. Break that down a little bit for some of the people at home who might be wondering exactly what we mean when we say baiting and switching.
Yeah, I mean, right here, you're going to see a lot of players. For example, Renegade's bottom middle, he's going to lay down a few shots and immediately do everything he can to get away and let another player kind of start that battle. So really allowing your enemies to push on you, and the second they challenge you, let another teammate kind of swing in and pick up that kill.
And Rocket here to work with for Shotzzy. Manages to get the kill. Can he get the throw out? He gets the throw out to bottom mid. However, Splyce not in position maybe to get a touch on that flag. However, kills fall on in their favor. And look at this, Renegade comes in bottom mid, scoops it up, runs it towards the elbow, and this is going to be away from the spawners of TOX.
There's only 2 players that are in a remote position to get this. They're going to have to get there quick. I think Splyce is going to take this.
Splyce is going to put the 3rd flag in, and they sweep aside. TOX Gaming in our first game of the Grand Finals, 3-0. Dominant display once again from the gentleman on your screen.
We got to look at the kills category. In the end, it's Splyce outslaying their opponents just by 1 or 2 kills. They're 63-62. So close in the slaying department, but outplayed clearly an objective as they win the game 3-0. Take a look at the kills here.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see a heat map of that particular game type we've just watched. I think the majority of kills that came in for TOX were on their half of the map.
Yeah.
And I think the difference between the 2 teams is Splyce just weren't afraid to push into the TOX base, try and get those flanks, get behind. How many times did we see Shotzzy behind enemy lines there, getting those annoying flag pulls and causing so many problems for TOX?
And that's the thing that we've seen time and time again, that not only TOX, but no team is ready for, right? They're up on catwalk, they've got sniper control, everything's looking good, and then as soon as they realize there's someone still alive, it's Shotzzy in your base, he's pulling the flag, he's challenging your bridge, he's challenging right back to catwalk, and that makes it impossible when you have a player like Shotzzy in your base as you're trying to kind of make your textbook run happen. It's not going to be easy, and that is really how Splyce got that game. You saw they were neck and neck with each other in terms of kills, but as the positioning, just like you said on set, on the map that allowed Splyce to become in scoring position time and time again.
Yeah, and the interesting thing for me actually is I spoke to Snakebite before this tournament actually started, and I said to him straight up, I was like, how'd you beat Splyce? And he was like, we just got to play our game. We've got to do what we do best, and that's methodical Halo. However, I just wonder sometimes if they're concentrating on that too much. Sometimes I think they've just got to let the brakes off. I think they've got to take this Splyce team on head to head and see if they can win those battles as we move into our game number 2, which is going to be Slayer on Plaza.
And anyone who saw that top mid cam, that's a way too easy of an overshield grab. There were 2 players top middle for Splyce who were there for that overshield. They're going to get sniper rifle as well, so what a fantastic opening for them as they lead here 5-1.
Yeah, pick a play you don't want the sniper rifle in the hands with. It's gonna be Shotzi. Shotzi now set up. Finds one headshot on Royal 2. That's exactly why you don't want that weapon in his hands. He's so deadly accurate, but also always puts himself in such fantastic positions. You'll see if he comes under fire here, set up on the glass, he's in position to just back away and stay alive, rotate towards his teammates.
That's right. Stellar does trade over at Cafe, so Splyce is going to need to make sure there aren't too many holes in their setup as they're up. Look at this. I mean, Shotzi, I can't tell you how big that is, right? If you could just hit a very quick whip body shot, you slow down that player immediately, you slow down the rest. You cannot continue lifting up the nest lift. If Shotzi has the sniper rifle over at LR, he's going to continue hitting these shots.
He is. He does narrowly miss the no-scope there, so Lethal and Snakebite pick up a couple of kills. However, Renegade comes in. That's 2 in succession for him as well. Taken down to no shields. Going to be desperately trying to stay alive, but a good grenade coming in from Frosty here. Just a 4-kill game at this point. Frosty is going to be the catalyst for me on this TOX team. He's the player. He's the explosive player on this lineup. Can he take it to Splyce?
Those are some swing kills there as they stayed within 4 kills now. And now 3 kills, 12-9 in favor of Splyce. By the way, onset, next overshield is going to be coming up top middle in 30 seconds. So look for teams to really set up for this power-up.
Baiting and switching again here from Splyce. Frosty's desperately trying to finish off this kill, but the baiting and switching, by Renegade staying alive there, buying his time. His teammate came in, put a couple of shots into Frosty's back, and at that point, he knows the battle's lost. Renegade can come back out with shields, take his time, finish off those kills, and it's just perfect example of baiting and switching and that 2v2 play we talk so much about.
Yeah, TOX at any point can really strike in this game. You see them down by 7 here, but with its free overshield, by the way, up right now, so look for Royal 2 to keep an eye on this. He needs to make sure the opponents don't grab this.
It's a 3v4 situation though. One of his teammates has fallen, and that just means that Renegade's going to be able to move in easily. All eyes can be on that camo for the guys on Splyce. Now you're going to see Renegade push aggressively, but he's coming under heavy fire at the moment. Be interesting to see if any of Splyce are pushing in with him. There's Eco, the teammate, the buddy system that we talk so much about. They're so deadly with it. Lands a beat down here, picks up another kill. Look at the score, 22-14, and Renegade is letting them know.
Some of that disrespect there coming out from Renegade as he smacks a corpse that has fallen from his opponents. Now they're up 23-14. Talking about that overshield grab on set. Not only did they pressure that top overshield, but you saw a player immediately flying right into Flowers to push Royal 2 off of the overshield. Such great presence on the map, prioritizing that power up. It's given them quite a lead here.
Oh dear. Renegade starting to feel this one. You can see the score, they're up by 10 right now, make it 11 as Stella finishes off the kill. The plasma pistol draining shields. Now moving back towards top middle, playing his life once again, and that's the thing that's impressed me so far. Even though this kill lead is substantial at the moment, they're still playing their lives, and you can see Renegade moving towards that sniper rifle.
Yeah, great job from the observers there, pointing out that sniper rifle was down over at Nest, right behind those flower boxes. We'll have to see if the teams are aware that power weapon is available right there, but there's another double kill from Renegade. Looks like the sniper rifle, I think, has possibly despawned. We'll keep an eye on that, though, but regardless, it's an 11-kill lead for Splyce.
Renegade's on a tear at the moment. 30-19 the score at the moment, and the slays just keep coming in. It's just the best thing that TOX are managing to do at the moment is just get trades, because Renegade is just going to pick up another kill here on Royal 2. Couple of extra bullets just to let him know how substantial this lead is getting, 33-21.
Yeah, just had to make sure a few extra shots, and this is where Splyce is at its most dangerous, right? When they can play comfortably like this, they can take risks, they can trade 1 for 2 as long as it gives them more map positioning. It would be so difficult to come back in this game because Splyce is given a lot of luxuries in terms of positions they can take on the map.
That was a 7-kill streak there for Renegade. You could see a little smirk on his face. However, don't get too cocky. This is a long series. We're going to see another Renegade pickup of the overshield, though. Maybe time to start smiling, especially in this game number 2. You can see his overshield has been melted, though, and TOX are making a little bit of a comeback now. They've managed to just scrape a few kills off of that deficit. However, Snakebite picking up 1 is going to help that cause. Renegade on the flank again. Royal 2 manages to stay alive. Now can TOX locate Renegade and close him down?
And look at that. He flies over to Hotel to get a new angle and is able to stay alive, but finally, actually, Royal 2 does get the better of him. But the burn was great, right, to force that overshield. But how did they not get the stop? They had players top yellow and Flowers fighting that overshield, maybe even drive away as well. But Splyce still comes away with the overshield. But just as quickly as I say this, Onset, it's a 3-kill game.
3-kill game. What a turnaround. TOX have started to heat up. Frosty has his light rifle as well. He should finish this kill on Renegade. Doesn't quite manage it, but look at the push, the aggression coming in. Finishes the kill on Eco, but gonna be shut down again. Now we're back to a 6-kill game.
And it's a great rush from Frosty there. He knew he had help coming in from Flowers, but he's got to be careful at this point, right? They cannot afford to trade kills. A 6-kill game here, only playing to 50, of course. So Splyce here needs 9, and you're gonna see 16 needed on the board for TOX.
Renegade picking up one. Shotzi now moving across again with a light rifle in hand, and something that Splyce do so well is control this particular weapon. It does so much damage at range. A couple of shots for a beatdown as well to get those kills, and that's the margins we play with in Halo 5 between these top teams. It's now back to a 10-kill lead. Make it 11. They're now just 4 kills away.
Just like that. Next overshield, by the way, in 30 seconds. That new sniper did just pop as well, but with 47 on the board, there's a good chance we won't even see that mark.
Lethal picks up a double. Is that the spark they need? They've only got 3 deaths to play with, however. Missing that shot there is going to cost his teammate a death as well, and that's going to be the game. Splyce looking dominant at the start of this series. They're now up by 2.
And you got to say maybe too little, too late for the TOX effort there in that Slayer. They brought the game after being down by 11. They brought it back 36-33. But in the end, they will fall there 50-39 in our second game.
Incredible play from Splyce once again. We're looking at power-up pickups as well as the stats that you can see on your screen there. Stella, 15, 6, and 11. Renegade, wow, 13, 9, and 6 from him. The only player to go negative was Eco, but look at that assists column. A huge performance across the board from Splyce. I mean, what else do you say about that?
I mean, right now we're seeing absolutely no weaknesses on the side of Splyce, right? There's been no indication that they have any holes, any gaps in their strategies. And so far, TOX kind of looks the same as we saw them in the winner's bracket final. Keep in mind, TOX are your defending back-to-back world champions. They have never lost a Halo 5 world championship, yet here they are down 0-2, only 2 games away from forfeiting their title.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow if they do that, but as we said before, this is a long series. It's a best of 7. Splyce still need to win 2 more games in this first series to secure that first Halo World Championship. And that is a big title, Andy. We've been through 5 events to get to this point. As you say, teams from all over the world have been competing, a $1 million prize pool. And not only that, of course, the winner of this grand final will be taking home $500,000.
It's a lot of cash to play for here on the stage. And you heard Shotzi say, I mean, this is what they came for, right? As we're going to jump into the game right now. But this is what they came for, to shut down the Optic Gaming roster. This is why they were assembled last year. And so far, they look so strong in our grand final.
They do look strong, but however, this is a strong game type here for TOX. Shotzi's gonna get the burn on the camo. 4 Splicers. Snakebite managed to pick it up, immediately took him out of the game. Royal 2, Frosty, all pick up kills. Lethal's in the pit, so this looks like a good start here for TOX. Early conversion of that bottom mid stronghold, so vital here on Eden Strongholds.
By the way, also off screen, we saw Renegade pick up the overshield right at 11:52. So both the camouflage and the overshield are gonna pop up on different corners of the map every 2 minutes. You're gonna look for these 2 teams to really prioritize those power-ups, and it's such a challenge because each power-up comes up so close to one another that each time we're gonna watch it, they have to decide which power-ups they want to prioritize.
Scoring currently in the favor of TOX. You can see 7-0 the score. However, Splyce are picking up the kills at the moment. Big 1v1 battle here, using that. Somehow can't finish the kill though. Snakebite puts Eco on his back. Now he's going to be pushing for the triple cap. This is what TOX need. They need a little bit of momentum in this series. Getting a triple cap early on will definitely give them that because it will extend that lead rapidly.
I think they're losing red at the same exact time. Yes, indeed. So a little bit of a base trade, but still, TOX will be your team scoring here. But on the board, they're actually outslaying Splyce 10-4 off the opening. So feeling good here. But as we know, they need to play the entirety of this game. Splyce, especially on a Strongholds game, they can come back at any moment.
Here we go. Triple cap in effect here for TOX. One of the most dangerous things you will see in Strongholds, and credit to Splyce. Making the push onto that base, making sure they stem the bleeding, keeping that scoring so it doesn't get out of hand. Now you're seeing the push through Turbine. This is perfect play from Splyce, turning the map on its head and making TOX turn around to fight these battles.
Yes, indeed. Now taking a look as he will end up trading there, but still a healthy lead here, 28-1. By the way, we do have camouflage coming up in 15 seconds, overshield in 12, so very close. Expect both teams to put pressure on each of those power-ups.
Renegade picking up that kill is going to secure the control of the Turbine as well. You can see all of the kills falling in the favor of Splyce at the moment, which means those power-ups are going to be so much easier to secure. Both of them are currently available. You can see outside it's actually going to be a player from TOX. It's going to be Lethal who picks that one up. But however, on the other side of things, Splyce have managed to get the camouflage. They had a momentary triple cap as well, and now it's Splyce who are going to be scoring.
Yeah, Lethal and Frosty were flying there. I believe Frosty flying in bottom tower, trying to see if that camo could still possibly be up, but a huge set of kills there from Shotzzy as they're going to go ahead and shut down the two players there on TOX. And now what was a 27-point lead is now only about a 15-point lead.
Yeah, this looks like it could be a conversion of the pit as well. You can see it ticking up. Two players from Splyce are going to turn that one back into their favor. There is a lead here for TOX, as you can see. However, that's just going to be chipped away at the longer that these caps continue to go. And look at this, exactly what you expect from Splyce. Once they have the advantage, they take advantage of it. They're looking for the triple cap, but it looks like once again, both these teams know this game type so well, they just trade those side bases.
And I'm glad to see that you see the TOX on top of that, making sure they don't get triple capture. They still have a small lead, but Splyce is really showing that they are catching on to what TOX is doing here. They've continued to narrow their lead time and time again, but as long as Lethal keeps picking up these double kills, it's going to give his team the room to make plays.
Yeah, that was all 4 players dropping here. These 2 players you can see Lethal fighting. They've come off the respawn, and what that means is the conversion of the pit will go back to TOX. I actually want to jump into a listen-in now with TOX. They're starting to roll. Let's see how their communication is.
Pursuing red.
I'm leaving it.
I'm gonna leave red.
I'm going outside.
Pursue here. One
I'm
outside.
in tower. Can you guys get outside? Top tower, red side. Top tower, red side.
Yeah,
blue fan,
under me.
blue fan.
Fan. Red fan, probably.
Red BR to red seeking. Red seeking. Right, go red.
Yeah.
Let's go pit.
Last guy was pit somewhere.
Yeah, he was.
Check, guys, keep this up.
I'm getting I'm hiding back.
I'm getting green.
What's your...
Outside mount.
Top tower going red. Looks like top tower.
Yeah, red security, red alley, 2 of them. Well, I hit one's absolute red plat and outside red.
Outside red.
Bottom tower.
Front red.
Outside red.
Front red. Going
second, guys. We do not have camo ties. Nice play, man.
Outside red. Outside red.
One guy in tower.
Go outside red.
TJ, I have help.
2 on me.
Okay, Brad, 47. Outside blue.
Camo's red security.
I don't red. Absolute one blow.
Camo in top tower.
I got a lead. Good. Blue sneaky.
And blue sneaky, yeah.
Turn on absolute.
We're getting red, just stay alive. They're gonna have camo. We got OB. Nice shit.
Help, I need help. And pick.
Looking pit.
Shotzzy was camo.
I'm on tower.
I'm going tower with
Good job, guys. Keep this up. Be hard deaths.
Yeah, he has camo. Camo turbine. So red sneaky with camo. Yeah, he wants him inside of VR.
One hit blue curve. One hit blue.
He's in red with camo. Dude, one with security.
There's two blue security. One in red, guys.
In pit right now?
Spawn pit.
In pit, low right.
I got beat down. They're both one hit.
Okay.
Dude, help red. Help TJ.
Yeah, I got one. Nice, good shit. Last guy in red, right? I push red.
He's got camo.
Red BR, absolutely.
Front red. One.
He's nice.
I'm going red.
Base.
That was all. Let's get red. We're getting red.
Spawn blue.
Red security, red. 2 red security. One's going for a tower and one's flat. One's flat.
I'm looking plot.
They're in pit right now.
I'm rushing plot. Yeah. Training double teamed. Absolute alley though. Yeah. 1 bullet. He's sitting plat, going window. High window, PJ.
I'm dead.
He's gonna kill me.
In pit, low pit.
He got PJ.
He's gonna kill me.
Low pit, red side. 2 of them.
Red 2, you're gonna kill me. Renegade, come here, red 2.
Nice try.
We defend. Get blue.
2 here.
So we can put.
Yeah. Flying at me.
They're gonna push us.
Stay alive, guys.
Lethal picking up that big triple kill. However, Splyce have managed to turn it around. The lead is in the hands of TOX at the moment, but the triple cap is now in effect for Splyce.
And what I want to see here is TOX not panic, right? They're up here still by a 20-point lead. There's no reason they can't get control, take their time, get the right kills they need to get set up. As a reminder, TOX on this game type, they're 5-0, 100% win rate in Columbus and Seattle here on this game type.
Now, can TOX fight out of this triple cap? The question for me is, we've seen TOX, they had a triple cap. Splyce managed to stem the bleeding very quickly. However, on the other side of things, it looked like Splyce are just doing a better job of controlling the map and picking up their kills. We are now going to see a lead change in the game, and the camo goes into the hands of Renegades.
That's going to be big. Let's go ahead and see also where that Overshield ends up as Renegade's able to pick up that kill. I believe Overshield is still up outside. You see it right on your screen right now.
Having to play defensively though, Royal too. You saw 2 of his teammates fall in. Shotzi's going to get the Overshield. The camo in the hands of Renegade as well. Just when we thought the TOX had a foothold in this game, look at what Splyce have done. Now you're going to see Renegade pushing in aggressively, picks up the double. That's going to be a reset. And now they're going to continue scoring. Renegade also with that green gun.
And that lead that we just saw from TOX absolutely shredded here as they cross the 80-point mark. They also grab both power-ups, and this is what I was talking about, right? TOX needs to come out and be ready to play the entire 12 minutes. Splyce at any point could come back in the game, and my oh my, have they done that now as they're about to cross the 85-point mark, only 15 points to go.
Yeah, they've done a great job. However, battle going down in the pit. It's going to be kills falling across the board. You can see the conversion coming in, but the favorable spawn outside there. Somehow TOX managed to just about convert that pit before the players could get there. Now it's all about the kill feed. Triple cap in effect for TOX now. Can they close out this game?
And right here, what a time to do it. You see Splyce is able to grab one, so that's going to slow down the points as TOX is gaining them, but still anyone can take this. You got to think TOX needs to win this game if they want to have a hope of staying alive instead of needing to win 4 in a row.
One kill falls to Splyce here. Stella picks that one up. 2 players now pushing across the tower, and you can see how these players are working together. 2 sets of 2 across the map. Stella picks up another, looking for the kill in the courtyard as well, but Snakebite manages to hit those shots. TOX are still going to be scoring. It looks like they're going to go for the trade of the side bases at the moment. You can see the ticker on the red base goes into the hands of Splyce. Lethal does a good job to trade that one out.
And that's exactly what TOX wants to do. You heard it during the listen, and Royal 1 saying, okay, that's all 4 dead. Where are we going? Let's grab this. And knowing exactly how they need to make sure they're keeping up with Splyce's rotations around the map.
Frosty's going to have to do some work here. You can see he's coming under fire because that bottom mid stronghold is getting converted. It's going to be Eco versus Snakebite and Frosty here. Snakebite whiffs a beat down. Lethal comes in to save the day, though, but they do get the conversion of the pit.
Right here, take a look right now. Take a look at the bottom right of your screen. TOX, 95 points, only 5 more they need. Splyce here needs 10 points, and they're currently scoring an overshield in hand.
And look how aggressively they're pushing as well. Trying to clear out this space. They get the reset as well. Renegade has, oh no, he got taken out with the camouflage. It's all up to Stella now. Has a 1v1 in the pit. It looks like TOX are going to convert this. Do they get the points on the board? They don't. The reset comes in.
Oh my gosh, what a reset from Splyce. Only 4 points to go.
Shotzi! Triple kill to save the game from Shotzi. 2 points away. The young god closes the game out, and it's going to be 3-0 to Splyce.
And that's what Splyce is capable of. Just when you think they're out of it, just when you think losing the overshield and the camo at front base has done them in, Shotzi comes in with a triple kill and a reset to steal the game out from under you. They go up 3-0 in our grand finals.
Let's go back to the previous series we've seen between these 2 teams. It was Eden Strongholds, I believe. That is how close these 2 teams are matched on Strongholds. Just a pixel of a stronghold is what separated them in that game, and that is what separated them in that game as well. Shotzi, though, that triple kill towards the end of the game, we call him a game changer, and that is exactly why.
He is. I mean, he goes 20 and 14 in that game. Fantastic numbers, and need I remind you, across Columbus and this event in Seattle, that is TOX's first loss on Empire Stronghold. So just when we thought they had it in the bag, about a 30-plus point lead there in the mid-game, and during the listen, and they sounded so strong, right? They were getting the right slays, even when things weren't going their way, even when they lost the overshield on the camo, they were still able to keep points on the board. They were keeping up with Splyce's rotations, but in the end, if you have Shotzi getting a triple kill anywhere on the map, especially in pit, how do you stop that? How do you come back from that? This young man putting on such a show the entire weekend and the entire Halo World Championship Tour.
Yeah, and I think securing those last 2 power-ups as well. We saw Renegade and Shotzi with the overshield towards the end of the game. That really did help them close it out. But now the question is, can Splyce close out the series as we move on to our next game type? Capture the flag on Fathom. Splyce are just 1 game away from becoming your 2018 Halo World Champions.
And now as we look at the game types, Renegade goes for that. Goes for that ground pound, but it does not come in. Snakebite gets the better of him there. But as we look at these 2 game types, neither of these 2 teams is particularly dominant here. 71% win rate for Splyce, 60% for TOX. So this one really could go either way.
Lethal picking up the double. The flag on the move early on here for TOX. They do get the return though, so it's going to be now just a battle for that map control. Keep an eye on the kill feed. Whoever picks up these kills will be progressing on the map and looking to make a push on their opponent's base.
And now, just like we saw in the first game on set, you're going to see Splyce continuously getting in the opponent's base. It's even easier on Fathom when compared to Coliseum, and TOX really needs to be aware of that, making sure they're pushing back and killing players in their base as they're pushing out.
Yeah, it's a great point. So many lanes here on Fathom. Obviously, you can get across the map so quickly, and getting those flag pauses so vital. We talk about how difficult it is in a 4v4 situation for these 2 teams. All of them so individually skilled. You put the flag into that equation. As soon as it's pulled, you've got another decision to make. We mentioned it on Coliseum, and that's what both of these teams are so good at. Frosty manages to avoid the ground pound there from Renegade. Snakebite comes in to help him clean up that kill. Couple of kills falling now for TOX. You see Snakebite move into the base, and you're going to see Frosty set up top mid.
Yeah, next camo is not for another minute, but this is eerily similar to our Coliseum flag because we still have the guys on TOX outslaying their opponents here 13-11, yet here it is, Shotzi and Splyce running the flag of their own.
That's a huge win, though, from Snakebite. You can see the flag is on the move. He has to play this one perfectly. Gets the double. Dadbite stepping up right now. Can he finish the kill? No, he can't. The flag is on the stand. Is anyone there for Splyce? Of course there is. Eco puts the flag in.
As they bring that all the way back, once again, they're getting outslayed in this game, yet here they are winning the game, and that tells TOX that they need to reset a bit. Even though they're getting the kills, they are not necessarily the right kills in the right places at the right times, and Splyce is really taking advantage of that, and the second they get an opening, they convert. They don't necessarily need to have slaying dominance. They just have dominance in the flag category.
And look at the confidence from Renegade there. He pulled the flag, he challenged the railgun player, knew he had help from a teammate. Now we're going to see another flag moving across the map here. 3 players in position, no one from TOX. This is going to be the second flag of the game. Splyce are 1 flag away from becoming your Halo World Champions.
Keep in mind here, $500,000 going to the winner here. Splyce making it look way too easy against the back-to-back world champions.
Stella set up here with that tactical Magnum. Laying the shots across, such a good weapon to have in this situation. Hits the shots. Can he hit another one? Yes, he can. Takes down Frosty. The double here for Stella. Putting the pressure onto this player in the gen as well. And TOX, it's so unlike them to see them in this situation. Backs against the wall, everything on the line for them. But Splyce is just showing no respect, constantly pushing their base.
Finally, Stellar goes down. I love what I saw from him just now, right? Finishes a kill on the front door, then pushes in on the porch, challenges players in the garage, almost got away in the silo as well. When you have every player on Splyce making plays like that, it makes it so hard to make anything happen, and Splyce wants to run this flag right now.
Royal 2 has the railgun actually on the other side of things here for TOX, so you can see him put it to use there, trying to push into the base, but just immediately shut down. Couple of kills traded across the board. It's going to be a 2v2 situation at the moment. Stella has actually managed to pick that railgun up. Still has that tac mag as well, so just in such a great position to do damage at range. As you can see here, the shots on Lethal just backing him up, and Stella playing base defense at the moment. The flagpole is going to come in, but Stella cleans it up. Royal 2 picks up a kill with a grenade. Royal 2 picks up another one. That's going to be 3 dead here. Lethal's moving this one across. All the kills fall in favor of TOX. They get one back on the board. They're still alive.
Nice little rally there as Frosty's the one who brings it across the windowsill. And just like you said, TOX not done yet. They're not out of it. They get a railgun as well. Next camo is up in 20 seconds.
Railgun not put to use there. Renegade stays alive, however. Frosty now moving in on the base. Gets another flagpole. That's going to be 4 dead here for Splyce. Frosty drops this one off for a teammate. He's looking for the overextenders. Coming across the base, has the railgun. I think if Splyce players somehow managed to get into the base already, and that's very unlike the guys on TOX, especially after a fresh floor dead.
Oh, by the way, also, we just saw Renegade get the camo as well during this flag standoff here, which is very dangerous.
Big kills going down. Shotzi tried to get the pull here. They get the killing spree here for Snakebite. After that double, they're going to collect the flag as well. It's Frosty running this one in. We have a tie game here at the Halo World Championship Finals.
And look at that, we thought this match was over. You saw very quick back-to-back caps from Splyce, but TOX showing us that they have life left in this match, trying to win this game and force the series on.
And this is exactly what I wanted to see from TOX. They have the ability, they have the skill. Now they're showing the aggression as well. Getting those flagpoles. Royal 2 with a big stick across the map. Frosty looking for the railgun kill. 1 flag has been pulled from Splyce though, so they have to get that return before they convert this flag.
That's right, Stellar has the flag already in the treehouse. He's bringing that to silo, so things are going to slow down just a bit. And either team, any team makes a mistake here, this could lead to a victory.
Stella's going to get this one back. 2 kills full here for Splyce. Stella drops that one off. Immediately going to push back. Look at this. Eco's on the return.
Oh
There's absolutely no one here for TOX. Can they convert this flag though?
Looks like they're there. They're going to bring in the porch right now. This should be it.
Stella's going to put it in, and you have a new Halo World Champion! Shotzi, Renegade, Stella, and Eco close out their dominant performance here in Seattle. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once more for your 2018 Halo World Champions. It's Splyce.